Hi people, your online social media partner in progress is here again. Maiwa Oloide is my name. I hope you've been putting God first in everything. Now, in my last video, I said I'll speak about, relationship series, and today I'll be speaking about becoming the right partner worth dating or worth getting married to. My resource book for today is Spirit Control Temperament by Tim LaHaye. Now, Tim and Beverly LaHaye are a strong and old Christian couple, and they've written so many books. But this particular series, Spirit Control Temperaments, spans for men, for women, for teenagers, for children. I would advise you to get it. It will let you know about your temperament, whether you're choleric, you're phlegmatic, you're a melancholic, or you are sanguine. And these are important because it will guide you into knowing the kind of people you can date, and then you just understand why you react the way that you do. Now, in Christian dating, because I said in my videos as well that all my principles be based on the Bible, the first and the golden rule is you shall love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might, and with all your strength. Mark 12:30. Now, if you do not truly love God, you cannot love another person, because the reflection and the quality of relationship and love I can give another person is based on my fear of God and on the love I have for God. If I do not honor God and His word, I can't treat you well. I will cheat on my spouse. I'll be mean to my spouse. But because I love God, even if it gets to a time where I feel that the relationship is dry, the love I have for God will encourage me and motivate me to seek ways to reignite the love and the passion, because it's easy to say you have these feelings of love in the early parts of the relationship and the first years of marriage, but by the time the reality and the routine of life sets in and children start coming, what will keep you guys together? So Bible says that the foundation must be built right, but when the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? So we need to build right, and that starts from the dating time. So how do I become a partner worth dating or worth getting married to? I need to take an honest inventory of myself. Know your character, know your areas of weaknesses, know the areas that you need to work on. Tell people, speak to them to tell you your weaknesses. That what do I really need to work on? Because you're going to live with someone for the rest of your life, and people hardly change the basic fragments. It's just like saying you want to change your looks. You can change, you can improve, but if you are a sanguine, except God totally alters your personality. If you are a choleric, you are a choleric. Moses was someone in the Bible that had a hot temper. He was a very passionate person, and he stayed with him all through his life. So you need to know, Peter was a talkative and he stayed with him all through his life. So if you're going to get married to someone, accept the reality of the fact that you are going in being who you are, and you don't want your spouse to change you. You also don't want to change your spouse. So take an honest inventory on who you are and work on yourself. Number 2, what are you bringing to the table? Own yourself. Like, what strengths do you have? I like speaking to people. I like reading. Are you funny? Are you a great communicator? Do you like writing? Let the person know what you are good at, because it will even let your partner respect you. Also, it's a way to let your partner know what they are looking for. Some people don't like people that talk. Some people don't like people that are outgoing. But if you don't know your strengths, you don't know what you enjoy, you don't know what makes you happy, you don't know what makes you sad, you get into the relationship confused. You are confusing the other part. So it's not just about looks. It's not just about having the right career, but take an honest, inventory, as I said in part 1, of yourself. Let the person know your strengths. Let the person know your weaknesses. Number 3, you are not dating or getting married to be made whole or to let your partner fix you. Your partner is not responsible for your happiness in life. That is too much of a responsibility. Only God can make us whole. No relationship will solve your problems. So if you have issues, go for counseling, pray, and seek other people, speak to people, embrace other people, embrace friendships, get healing, because you can't add the baggage of a relationship and bring another entity on your plate when you haven't dealt with your issues. That's a recipe for disaster. So your husband, your wife, your partner will not make you whole. They are your partners. Imagine you are both employed into the same organization, and we're employed as maybe we're erecting a building. Will it be fair for the plumber to expect the carpenter to do his job because it's not feeling fine? No. You need to make sure that when you come to the job sites, you are fit to do the work. That is why people take pre-employment tests before they are employed, to ensure that they don't come into the organization and put the lives of other people at risk. Reason is, if you are not physically fit, your mistake can kill, and I mean it, literally kill other people. So the same thing when you're going into a relationship, make sure that you are physically ready, you're emotionally ready, you are spiritually ready, you are financially ready, you are socioeconomically ready. Don't bring baggages and burdens into the relationship. 4, make peace with your single life. Accept the fact that you are single. Don't go wearing rings. Don't go putting pictures on Instagram and Snapchat with babies and a husband or a wife, or just taking things that are not real. Accept who you are, accept where you are, and then work on being a better person. Get into engage yourself in in activities, in things, and don't put yourself under pressure, especially the younger ones. I'm 29, I want to get married before 30, and then you marry a monster and you spend the rest of your life in misery. And we have so many, Joyce Meyer was saying that if only single people know how many married people envy them. The same way you are envying someone who is married with children, there are so many married people today who are saying, if I had known, I would have waited for another 2-3 years before getting into this. Please, marriage is to be enjoyed, not to be endured. Wait for God. The Bible says he makes all things beautiful in his time. 5, have hobbies and interests that show who you are, so that when your partner comes, they are not coming, with a vague idea, or they are not coming with deception. They are not coming to meet somebody else. Know who you are and show who you are. So show the world who you are. Engage in things that reflect your interests. So you like to travel. I like social work. I love NGO work. I did those things many years ago, and I would do it again flawlessly, because these are my areas of passion. I hate anything that has to do with sales. I hate anything that has to do with marketing. I hate walking on the road. I don't like it. So I'm not going to meet somebody, and because the person, is a good-looking person, is a Christian, he's successful, maybe he's a leader in church, and then he loves sales, and he just says he loves it when women are in sales, and then I start fabricating stories that don't exist because I want to please the person. You end up dating, and then unfortunately you end up getting married, and then the person says, this is not the person I married. This was not what you presented to me. You have breach of trust, integrity issues. The marriage is over even before it started. So accept who you are, and just go with things that reflect who you are, so that when people meet you, they're not meeting someone else. Okay? Be unapologetic about yourself. Embrace your personality. If you're a choleric person, if you're an outgoing person, if you're a loud person, work on your weaknesses, like I said, and emphasize your strengths. But your strengths are what makes you you. So if you are a shy person, don't try to force yourself to be bold, because the day they thrust you into limelight, you will falter, except you've built the capacity to handle it. Okay, so grow at your own pace, but be unapologetic about your person. 7, accept responsibility for your mistakes. 4 golden words in a relationship: I am sorry, I love you, please, and thank you. Be humble enough to apologize. Be grateful enough to say thank you. Be open and vulnerable enough to say I love you. It's just an honest way to express yourself in a relationship. If you are wrong, don't have the ego of saying I'm a man. Men don't apologize to women. What jungle did you jump out from? You've made mistakes. You will continue to make mistakes. Even as you want people to forgive, you must also be willing to forgive. Be open enough to say I'm sorry. Okay? Learn to set healthy boundaries in a relationship. Women, look, I'm going to tell you as it is. Women are always at the losing end. I've heard this time and time again. A man can come out and say, I slept with 57,000 women, forgive me, and 20 virgins will be jumping to marry him. Women, you come out and open your mouth to say, God will forgive us. Man, David told God in the Bible when he sinned and took his census when he was not supposed to take it. God said 3 days of pestilence from God, 3 months of famine, or 3 years of siege or something. And David said, Father, let me fall into your hands, because men are wicked. Men will not forgive. But you understand compassion. And on the 2nd day of the plague, God stopped the plague. Because God is a compassionate God. So God will forgive us. But still, men are not so forgiving. So set healthy boundaries. If don't engage in premarital sex, and don't go physical in your relationship. I can't overemphasize that, okay? You can start by practicing saying no at the office, saying no with your friends, so that when you get to a dating relationship and you know that this thing that this person wants you to engage in is wrong, say no, and have an accountability partner, so that you can always tell people that, is this right? Have a soundboard. Doesn't mean that you should expose everything that goes on in your relationship, have healthy boundaries. But when you are dating, so that you don't cheat yourself and rob yourself of the great blessing that God had for you, because God has a great spouse for you and a great partner that will love you and cherish you and treat you the way God wants you to be treated, without, going against the will of God. 9, practice gratitude. Take time every day to thank God about your life and the things you are grateful for. It trains you to see the positive things in life and in love. It helps you to appreciate your partner more, helps you to appreciate your life more. I will stop here. This is not exhaustive in any way, but Google, resources on being the right partner, strategically positioning yourself to be found. Work on yourself. Nobody likes women with a saucy mouth. Nobody likes women with abusive mouth. Nobody likes men that, I had a friend that would talk me down. Nothing is good. And I think I spoke about that in Toxic People. Nothing is ever good enough. Because of the failures in his own life, he believed that every other person too must have issues. So if you come and say, this is the good thing that's happening in my life, he will just wash it down. So please, don't do that. If you're a thankful person, you have no reason to be envious. You have no reason to talk people down, okay? Put God first in everything. Have faith in God. God has a wonderful plan for you. God has a wonderful spouse for you. And you will end up rejoicing. Just do it God's way, okay? I'll speak to you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.